All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Wednesdays with Wendy, where we make small business ownership less stressful, one step at a time. Real quick, before you scroll away, hit like. Yep, hit like. That helps me out a bunch. All right, this week we are talking about Form W-9. And the first question I know you're going to have is, what is this confounded form? Why do I have to have one? I know you have more questions than that, but this week, we're going to only talk about what the form is. Next week, we'll talk about when you need one, and then we'll go into some other things in a couple weeks. But what is this form? Well, before I get to that, my name is Wendy Kane. I'm the owner of Kane Accounting and Financial Coaching. I do bookkeeping and payroll for independent contractors and small businesses so that you can have peace at tax time and throughout the rest of the year. Okay, Form W-9. This is a form you're going to give to an independent contractor before they do any work for you. It's similar to the W-4 that you fill out before you are an employee for somebody. This is a W-9. It has four main sections. One, the person's name or the business's name. Two, their address. Three, their tax ID number, and then four, their tax classification. All right, so I could expound on each of these. Name, if they're an individual, it's their name. If they have a business, it's the business's name. Address, that technically needs to be the one on file with the IRS, either their personal home address or their business's address. If it's not the end of the world. That's the least of our worries, honestly. All right, tax ID number. If it's a person who's an individual, the tax ID number they need to put on this form is going to be their personal social security number. This is so that when you file a 1099 in January, the IRS knows who received that money and whose tax return that income should show up on. All right. If the person you are paying is actually a business, they need to put their EIN, which is their employer identification number. If you are some sole proprietors have employer identification numbers, some don't. Most businesses do, or if they don't, they should. So make sure you get that number correct, because that also tells the IRS which business tax return this income should show up on. The fourth section is important, but it's not the end of the world if we don't have it. It's the tax classification. And the reason you do this is because you need to know if the person is a sole proprietor or a single member LLC, because those two classifications go on one tax form. If they're an S Corp or a partnership or a C Corp, those go on different tax forms. So putting the tax classification just helps. It really helps the accountant doing the 1099 know whether or not you need to send this contractor a 1099. One thing I see a lot is that when a business has become an S corporation, they've been an LLC, just single member, and they make an S corp election. So they're an S corp now. You don't have to send S corps 1099s. Okay. So that is good, because if you're the one sending them out, that's less work for you. What happens a lot is that somebody who's an S corp will get a 1099 and call and be angry because they received one. If you are an S corp and someone sends you a 1099, that's no problem. You're going to be already keeping track of your income and you're going to report it on your tax return. So just getting the 1099, you already know that. You're already going to report that. So there's no reason to get upset if we sent you one and we shouldn't have. Now, we'll try not to, but sometimes it happens. That's not a problem. That's easily taken care of. But the W-9 is going to say, there's a box on there, S corporation. If you check that, then we will know not to send you a 1099. If you don't send us a W-9 or you don't check that box, and we send you a 1099, I mean, that's just the way it goes because we don't know. We have to kind of err on the side of caution here. So anyway, that that's it for this week. I don't want to go into much more detail. I could I could talk for the next hour, but no one's going to stick around for that. So anyway, name, address, tax ID number, and tax classification. That's all this form is asking. You fill it out, you keep it, you have your contractor fill it out, sorry, and then you keep it in your records and you use that information to send 1099s in January. All right, that is it for this week. Remember, if you don't know how to do this, it is okay. No one is born knowing how to do it, and it's not taught in school. And the rules change every year. So even some of us who did learn this in school have to re-up our knowledge all the time. If you're feeling lost and overwhelmed, you are not alone, and that's why I'm here to help you. Go to my website, book a call with me, sign up for my newsletter for more tips like this. Y'all have a good day.